No one inside the paddock ever imagined Yamaha would reach a moment this radical. For decades, the inline-4 wasn't just an engine configuration. It was an identity, a legacy, a symbol of precision and stability that defined Yamaha's entire racing philosophy. But on this particular day in Valencia, something shifted. Technicians whispered instead of speaking normally, as if afraid that raising their voices might awaken a beast not yet ready to be unleashed. Then it happened. The first roar of the new engine. Deeper, angrier, more violent than any Yamaha sound before it. Yet the moment that truly stiffened the atmosphere wasn't the engine. It was the silent arrival of one man, Toprak Razgatlioglu. The instant he walked in, spines straightened. Everyone knew it. If there was anyone capable of exposing the truth behind the chaos inside this V4 project, it was Toprak, the braking sorcerer who bends physics with his bare hands. The Yamaha V4 prototype was far more than a technical experiment. It was the biggest gamble the factory had taken in over a decade. Since Ducati reshaped the MotoGP landscape with its explosive V4 platform, Yamaha increasingly found itself outpaced, out-accelerated, and out-strategized. Their traditional, smooth, flowing inline-4 was becoming irrelevant in a brutal modern racing era. The first V4 prototypes from late 2023 showed raw promise, but also a mountain of problems. The throttle response was too abrupt, the torque delivery too violent, the aerodynamics didn't match the engine's characteristics. Test after test, from Japan to Valencia to Barcelona, produced mixed results and unsettling feedback. And every engineer kept asking the same question: who is extreme enough to test a machine this extreme? The answer was obvious, and his name didn't need debate: Toprak. His arrival wasn't just timely, it was catalytic. Yamaha had no idea that this decision would shake the project to its core. The moment Toprak rolled out for his first lap on the V4, Yamaha realized they were witnessing something different. Not because of his speed, any rider can be fast, but because of how brutally honest his style is. Toprak doesn't test a bike, he forces it to reveal its secrets. With every apocalyptic braking maneuver, the prototype reacted violently. Rear-end stepping became uncontrollable. The front end lost composure in moments that should have been steady. Electronic systems struggled to interpret the lightning-fast weight transfer. What was supposed to be a structured test became an anatomical dissection of the V4's flaws. Engineers who expected simple feedback found themselves staring at data that exposed fundamental weaknesses in rigidity, balance, and predictability. Yamaha wanted a rider outside the normal spectrum, and now they truly had one, a force of nature who was highlighting problems nobody else could.
Jack Miller, soon to be Toprak's teammate, watched all this unfold with a veteran's intuition. He welcomed Toprak with warmth, even jokes, and the cameras captured nothing but smiles. But once the garage doors closed, Miller's expression changed as he examined the data. He wasn't blind, he understood immediately that Yamaha brought him in to stabilize the project and lead development. But watching how quickly Toprak adapted, how naturally he tamed a bike still in its wildest stage, Miller felt a shift in the room. This wasn't going to be a smooth leadership arc. It was the birth of a rivalry, one rooted in respect but sharpened by ambition. Two riders, two philosophies, one project that suddenly had room for only one true leader. The tension wasn't hostile, but electric, the kind of energy that shapes a team's destiny. As Toprak pushed harder, the V4's biggest weaknesses exploded into full view. Under his physics-defying braking, the bike became almost uncontrollable. The rear behaved like a wild animal, hopping unpredictably. The front end delivered vague, inconsistent feedback. Worst of all, Yamaha's electronic systems, so dependent on predictable rider behavior, simply couldn't keep up. Every lap produced new anomalies in engine braking, torque regulation, and traction control. Toprak wasn't just pushing the bike, he was tearing down the illusions Yamaha had about it. Engineers who came prepared with carefully structured development plans now had to reopen calculations, question assumptions, and rethink core elements of the prototype. What Yamaha thought would be a challenging test was quickly becoming a complete reconstruction of the V4's identity. Then came another complication Yamaha underestimated: the tires. Toprak is a product of Pirelli, tires that encourage aggressive braking, rapid heat buildup, and a different feedback philosophy entirely. Michelin, the official MotoGP supplier, behaves in the opposite manner. Narrower operating windows, sensitive front grip, and an unforgiving character. Normally, this transition destroys a rider's rhythm for months, but something unexpected happened. Toprak's Pirelli instincts began revealing weaknesses in Yamaha's chassis rigidity and electronic mapping that Michelin riders often mask. His violent braking highlighted structural imbalances. His corner exits exposed traction control misreads. The data he produced was bizarre, but incredibly valuable, revealing layers of the motorcycle Yamaha never realized needed fixing. In a strange twist, the mismatch between rider and tire became an advantage instead of a problem. Now, Yamaha faced a deeper dilemma. Not how to fix the prototype, but which riding philosophy to build its future upon. Should the V4 follow Miller's smooth, flowing, predictable approach, closer to Yamaha's heritage? Or should it evolve around Toprak's violent extremism, the kind of style dominating the new MotoGP era? Inside the garage, the debate grew louder. Some engineers insisted stability would save Yamaha. Others argued raw aggression was the future. Slowly, Yamaha split into two factions, and each faction knew one truth. Whichever rider they followed would define the DNA of Yamaha's next generation. It wasn't just a technical decision. It was political, cultural, philosophical, and the stakes couldn't be higher. But then, something happened no one planned for. During a late-night session, Yamaha combined elements of both philosophies into one experimental setup: a refined electronics map, a slight modification to chassis stiffness, and a stabilizing tweak to the front end. The result shocked everyone. The V4 suddenly behaved like a coherent machine rather than two conflicting personalities. Stability improved, traction became more predictable. Even Toprak, rarely expressive after testing, looked surprised when he removed his helmet. Miller also reported improvements. For the first time since the project began, Yamaha glimpsed the potential of a unified direction. The paddock didn't know yet, but inside that garage, something big had shifted. The V4 finally took its first real breath. Yet even with the breakthrough, one question continued to loom over Yamaha like a silent storm. Who will lead the development moving forward? Miller offered consistency, experience, and a smoother technical pathway. Toprak offered unpredictability, innovation, and the potential for a breakthrough no other rider could achieve. Choosing one meant shaping Yamaha's future for years. Choosing both meant balancing a dynamic that could explode at any moment. It was more than rivalry. It was a battle of philosophies with millions on the line. Every engineer, every manager, every stakeholder had their own prediction and fear. The test session ended, but the storm had only begun. The data looked promising. The prototype had shown glimpses of greatness. The two riders had revealed strengths that Yamaha desperately needed. But the truth was unavoidable. Yamaha was now standing in the most important crossroads in its MotoGP history. The V4 project wasn't simply about speed. It was about identity, leadership, engineering courage, and whether Yamaha was willing to abandon comfort to chase the future. And even with all the breakthroughs that night, one question remained unanswered. Can Yamaha complete this revolution before the 2026 season arrives? The paddock can only wait, because the storm surrounding Yamaha's future is just beginning.